Darth Vader is Luke Skywalker's father. Bruce Willis is dead during the movie. In Fight Club, and I'm not going to finish that sentence because had you said this 20 years ago, you would have gotten jumped in a grocery store. But now people actually go out of their way to figure out as much as they can about a movie or a game or whatever, so that when it comes out, they cannot just directly criticize it, or they don't even experience it themselves in the first place because they didn't like whatever information they found out. But before we get into it, I'm MrThirdperson, the internet substitute, and these videos have no point. I'm just rambling like my substitutes used to do, and I hope you guys like it. So if you do, please like and subscribe to see more, and I'll see you then. Before we actually get into it, we hit 1,000 subscribers. Woo! What's up? Hello, hey, it's me the next day from the editing bay. I came to say, hooray, we just hit 1K. Ricka fresh. Graffiti on the screen. No, but for real, everybody, thank you for subscribing. I'm glad to see that people are out there that actually like enjoy my content and are following and want to see more. I made a video complaining about how popular The Rock is and through that gained popularity myself. So I guess I'm kind of a hypocrite in that manner, but still, I'm still very, I want to say pleasurable. That's not the word. I'm very thankful the week after Thanksgiving. I'm very thankful for everybody that's here. I enjoy making videos. I enjoy editing the videos, putting them out. I enjoy seeing you guys' reactions and your comments. They're lovely to read. A lot of them like really reach me in the feels, so thank you very much. And a quick heads up for this video, the main topic is a little shorter than usual, so it's more like 8-9 minutes instead of the usual like 11-12, but that's only because for 3/4 of the way through recording I started crashing out because of something I remembered, like a story from when I went to the movie theater, and I didn't edit it like much at all. I just like cut it a little bit because I thought me crashing out and me getting bothered and excited about that was funny enough. So, but don't worry, the rest of the video is also just like all my other videos are. So if you already subscribed, thank you very much, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please think about it while watching this video, and I hope you enjoy. There was an interesting evolution when it came to spoilers and rumors. Long time ago when I was little, rumors were like the main thing. You would hear that this thing was happening or that this character would be here. I remember one of the biggest rumors when I was a kid was that Sonic was going to be in the next Super Smash Bros game. It got people excited for the game, and then I had people like trying to figure out how to unlock them in the game. And then at the same time, the biggest spoiler for movies was Darth Vader being Luke Skywalker's father. People like would act like legitimately, they would treat spoilers like Voldemort. Like they wouldn't say it. They were extremely respectful of other people and who had or had not seen the movie yet. They were trying to figure out first, oh, have you seen it? Are you even interested in seeing it before we talk about it? And now I feel like the word spoiler is used rarely. The expectation is that you know these things are going to happen. So rumors at the time were just rumors because there was no fact behind it. You were never certain. It was like somebody just read it randomly on some thread somewhere, right? And then at some point, people started getting more accurate with these rumors, or started getting like more trustworthy sources about what they were hearing in the information. So if you heard about something like this and you announcing that was seen as a spoiler, whereas spoilers were actually originally something for that after you already had seen the production. If you talked about it in an open space and somebody hadn't seen it yet and they were interested in seeing it, you were spoiling it for them. You were making the experience lesser, which was acknowledged. If something is spoiled, that means it's not as good as when it's fresh. But then at some point, there became a time where more and more people got access to insider information about these things, so that the rumors transformed into leaks, where leaks were literally like you would see screenshots or pictures from these movies way before they even came out. Sometimes you would see scripts of movies and it would name certain characters. Occasionally it would have certain actors in there or whatever, or just plot points, and these will leak out to the people, and you could occasionally figure out the entire plot and story of a movie, which just completely destroys your excitement for when the movie actually comes out. Now with these leaks, everything is spoiled in advance, so it's not fresh when you see it for the first time, making your experience a lesser experience and making the masses less excited to have these experiences because they're not experiences anymore. Because first, original experiences are the most intense. Your first experience with anything stays in your mind the longest and has the deepest impact within your subconscious. But if this experience is taken away when you're not in the setting, for example, for me, the worst one where I chose to disconnect myself from anything comic book on social media was one day I woke up and I saw a picture of Spider-Man, and I was like, oh, that's cool, somebody probably made that in Photoshop, or that's fan art or whatever. And then I kept scrolling my feed, there was a headline for some article that said Spider-Man and this and that, and I was like, wait a second, and come to find out they had shown Spider-Man in the trailer for Captain America Civil War. Now you may be saying, well, that was an official release, they chose to show him. I believe that production companies at some point decided to release information before leakers had the chance to, so that these leakers wouldn't steal their thunder. And then we keep seeing this in the future. For example, a couple years later, Thor Ragnarok came out. In the trailer and in the merchandising, you saw the Hulk everywhere. Now of course that's also a merchandising choice. They did this so that they could make money and selling products based off of the characters that are coming up in movies. But imagine how amazing it would have been if you knew nothing about the Hulk in Thor Ragnarok. You just only saw trailers with Thor doing this, you maybe saw saw the wolf or whatever. Once you were in the theater, you have that moment where everybody's cheering in the crowd and he's in that arena and Thor's looking, and then you see Hulk pop out. That would have been insane. And then honestly, if you watch these movies, they set it up as if you weren't supposed to know they were coming, because in Captain America Civil War, the scene cuts and you see then a sky view of New York and you see Tom Holland walk in as Peter Parker. Now, had they shown this for the first time ever when you're watching the movie, that would have been an insane experience. Now, I can't remember when I was in the theater for that. I can't remember experiencing that for the first time, whereas when, for example, in Avengers Endgame, Captain America pulling Thor's hammer, that will be in my mind forever. The way the crowd reacted and the way everybody's jaws dropped and people were yelling and screaming when you see the hammer shake a little bit I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it. All those situations are completely ruined by you knowing about this before it happens. And this is a very common occurrence now, where there's leaks in all branches of media. You have movie leaks, you have music leaks, video game leaks, you hear about production leaks. Dude, the fact that things that are beginning production leak, because if you find out that some game from 20 years ago that was like a fan favorite, everybody loved it, is now getting a remake. If you find out about this just off of some random Instagram post, instead of seeing a trailer on YouTube randomly pop up, that completely steals the thunder from whatever was going on, and it kind of lessens the experience. Now, at the end of the day, we're still getting these things. It's cool, but it creates a whole different discussion around these topics and around these situations. It's similar to how I made my Netflix Ruined Suspense video. If you haven't seen it yet, go check it out. I say that Netflix dropped releasing seasons, full seasons at a time, instead of just episode by episode on a weekly basis. Ruined the suspense of watching shows, which would build up over several months, and week by week you could talk to people about the newest episode and newest things happening, whereas now it all drops at once. You talk to people about it for maybe a week, and then it's forgettable again until 2 years later when the next season comes out. It's similar now with rumors and leaks, because rumors were a conversation topic. You would talk about rumors constantly to people, different things, and then sometimes other people would hear about like different information that may or may not be true, and then you heard about this, and then you can exchange information and then come up with theories and topics and all these different things that could apply to whatever you're waiting for, and build this excitement for when it comes out. Whereas in now, you immediately know already exactly what's going to go on, what's factual, and then you talk to somebody about it for like 5 minutes and you go, okay, yeah, we'll see, and then you just wait for it to come out. And since you're expecting it, you think about it differently in that moment. If you're not expecting something, then you just have to live in the moment. You have to be taking it in, absorbing it. Whereas if you're expecting it to happen, you in your mind, you see it happen, and you go, oh, this is happening now, and then you can analyze it. You can view it and watch it, which leads to criticism. Analysis leads to criticism. And now that everybody thinks they're like the biggest critic in the world, like they're the best and most fluent in analysis, that's what happens in most conversations. So now people, instead of talking about how cool it is that this thing happened, they're talking about how it happened. And I feel like that's just a common thing in human nature, is surprises. If you want to be surprised by something, and these surprises enhance your experiences. For example, this past week was Thanksgiving, and my brother, he lives in Canada, he showed up out of nowhere. He didn't tell anybody that he was going to pop up. He decided to fly and surprise us, and I had such a guttural, visceral reaction from this, like, oh my god, like I couldn't believe it. For a good like hour or so, I was almost convinced that I was going through some sort of psychological break, because does he exist here at this moment? That would have been different had he a week before that like texted us, be like, hey guys, I'm coming in for Thanksgiving. Now, of course, I would have been excited, like, oh cool, my brother's gonna be here for Thanksgiving, but it wouldn't have had the same reaction. I wouldn't have had the same appreciation for the situation. And it's the same with movies. If you're told about the ending of a movie before you go watch it, and you still go watch it, now of course you might enjoy the movie still, but you won't have the same reaction. You won't have the same initial intense emotional reaction to what's going on in this moment, because you already prepared. Now, of course, preparation is good for a lot of things, where you should be. When it comes to consuming any sort of media, preparation is your worst enemy. Preparation is the worst thing you can do when you go to watch a movie, when you go to read a book, when you go to play a game. You need to be a blank state going into this thing. If you're told the ending of a book, why would you sit there reading through 500, 600 pages of a book if you know how it ends? People still do this because a lot of like the journey is what's important, but still at the ending, you do not get the same reaction and the same emotion that you would get if you had no idea how it got to that point or what the point is. And it's become so common for spoilers, they're not even called spoilers anymore, just to show up and ruin your experiences. Now of course I use ruin for hyperbole and for the YouTube algorithm or whatever, but it does dampen your experiences to an extreme extent if you already know everything that's about to happen. But what do you think? Do you think spoilers and leaks actually help people to find if they're interested in these movies or TV shows and stuff? Or do you think that it actually kind of ruins the experiences and dampens your excitement for whatever you're about to be viewing? Let me know in the comments down below. Like and subscribe if you like this video. Subscribe if you want to see more, and go check out my other stuff. They're all in a very similar fashion. See you then. I gotta mention this. My dad does this funny thing where in a movie, if there's like an intense moment, let's say a car is driving, right? And it's driving super fast, and it's like an action scene. You know there's an explosion about to happen. You know it's building up for an explosion to happen. We'll be sitting there and it's silent right before it happens, and my dad will go, boom. And then it blows up, and I'm like, oh, we know. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. Let the boom happen. Something similar to this. My most recent experience with spoilers that ruined my experience was in Spider-Man No Way Home. Spider-Man No Way Home had so many reveals and first-time experiences that was probably ruined for a lot of people, but I made sure to figure out nothing. I knew nothing about the movie going in. I only knew theories, and I told everybody who would talk about it around me, I said, don't talk about anything unless it's a theory or your anticipation for the movie. Do not say anything that's come out, because there were a lot of leaks and a lot of announcements. I wanted to know nothing of it. And I went to the movies and I sat down to watch the movie, right? So while watching the movie, there was this woman sitting in front of us, right? She was there with her two friends. And before anybody got revealed, anybody, you would see, like, they would always tease it in the movie. They would show like Green Goblin's bomb, or that you would see a little bit of sand moving. Anytime you would see that, like you would see Goblin's bomb roll across the street and she would go, Green Goblin, like that. She was Spanish, I think. Green Goblin. Spanish from Spain. So that's why that accent. Green Goblin. Then you see a little bit of sand twirl. She would go, Sandman. And then they would reveal Sandman. And then they would show a little bit of electricity, like a little bit of lightning. And she would go, Electro. And at some point I lean forward because I'm pissed, and I go, can you stop that? Like in a really stern voice. And she goes, okay, thank you. And sits back down. Why? What? Now, maybe that's how she shows her excitement, but you need to be aware that you are not sitting in your living room watching a movie right now. There are people around you who are waiting for the reveal to see the reveal. If you say that, you like it's like a record scratch moment. Like you just destroy the buildup. You destroy the anticipation. I don't get how people don't know this. Before watching Avengers Endgame. No, it was Infinity War. Was it Infinity War? Yeah, it was Infinity War. Before Avengers Infinity War, we were sitting in the theater, packed, 300 people. We're sitting in the middle waiting. Everybody's quiet. They're murmuring, talking, blah, blah. And a couple of dudes behind us start talking about they're excited for the movie, blah, blah, blah. And this one dude goes, I heard Iron Man dies in it. When I tell you I almost got up and smacked him into whatever was playing in the other theater, dude, I don't even get mad like that, but oh man, I turned around, I was like, bro, can you shut the fuck up? Can you stop? And he was like, what? I was like, don't say that. Why would you say that? He goes, it's just a rumor. I was like, I don't give a fuck what it is, bro. Don't say that. Dude, I was mad, bro. Oh my god, I'm getting mad thinking about it. Now in Infinity War, Iron Man didn't die in Infinity War, but still, I don't want to hear that could be a possibility. And how he said it like a theory, like, I wonder if Iron Man's gonna die, or that would be an interesting choice, blah blah blah. He goes, I heard Iron Man died in it. Oh my god, that gets my blood boiling. Fuck spoilers, because I need these experiences. I'm not a highly emotional person. Now you probably, that's my proof. I wasn't emotional the whole time until I talked about this. I'm not a highly emotional person, right? I'm somewhat emotionally stunted. The way I find my emotions is by projecting myself into others. I use this to feel what they're feeling, right? So when I'm watching a movie, I can project myself into these characters and feel what they're feeling. If this dude comes along and says they're going to feel this, I'm not going to feel it anymore, because I know that's what they're going to feel. I'm not in the moment anymore, dude. And he just pulled me out of the moment and took away my feelings. Now, of course it didn't happen, but now in my head, I'm thinking, oh, it's gonna happen. Oh, is this gonna happen now? Oh, is this gonna happen now? Bro, fake outs in movies are spoiled by the trailer. You know somebody's not dead yet. If there's a scene where it looks like they're going to die, but the trailer showed a scene that hasn't appeared in the movie yet, you know they're not dead yet. I stopped watching movie trailers for that exact reason. The trailers spoil more than people talking about the movie. Bro, you guys ruined it. You guys ruined the experience of media and movie and TV shows and video games and whatever the fuck, bro. I don't want to know the end of an article. I don't want to know the author to an article before I finish reading it, guy. Their name already spoils what the article will be about and how biased it will be written, bro. Woo! Bro. Oh man, my blood's boiling now, dude. I should have started the video with this topic, dude. Oh my god. Oh my god. I gotta calm down for the outro, bro. Ooh. I gotta calm down for the outro, bro. I can't think straight now. I gotta end the video. I gotta end the video here. I don't even know if there's, bro.